I like green apples. Do you like apples? They are so yummy. Yummy apple.
I'm not sure that this is right, but it really means a lot to me what other people think. It's not the most important thing in the world, but I really need to feel someone's support. And I got a lot of support here in this community. And I appreciate it so much. This time, even my husband said that I sound differently, more naturally, more confident. And this is my husband, you know? You can't even tell a worm from worm. These two words sound absolutely identical to him. So thank you for this as well, because he always said that learning phonetics, living in Europeans, is completely and utterly pointless, and that is simply the waste of time and money. But now, I think that he respects me even.
You discover the whole world by means of such a powerful instrument as English language. And as a teacher, I always do my best to make my students interested in it too.
We arrived at the airport and there was sort of this battlefield with mad passengers who wanted to check in and leave, and these hopeless check-in officers who couldn't do anything due to some technical issues. And so my sister was apparently pushing after bypass the queue, and suddenly it turned out to be the first there. And I thought the plane was going to wait for us, as it wasn't our fault. But the check-in officer went, "Run! Run as fast as you can!" And we sped off with our suitcases.
My name is Tanya. Surprise, surprise. I'm from Belarus. I live here. I live in Minsk together with my family. We have 2 sons with my husband, and I graduated from Linguistic University in 2015, so I'm a qualified English teacher and linguist. What else? Phonetics has always been my favorite subject. When I suddenly see this picture of my dad grabbing the candle and starting chewing it with the poker face, and I looked at my husband and I went crying with laughter, unable to utter a single word. And it sort of became this family moment I'll definitely remember for the rest of my life. And when I was ordering a new cake for his 55th birthday, I asked to make a sign that candles are non-edible.
My name is Yulia and I'm 23 years old. I'm in my 3rd year at Moscow Pedagogical State University, and I'm going to be an English teacher. But I've already been working as a private English tutor for 2 years, and I prefer to work with adults. It's kind of filling in this form in a child's journal. It was my friend's journal. I had to describe my perfect day, and back then I remember writing, "It's just a day spent at home with my TV set on, with the cartoons on, with my younger brother, and our games we used to play together." Well, again, I was distracted. Well,
I prefer active traveling filled with the museums, theaters, galleries and different sites. So yes, I like museums, especially the audio guides. Invited to the birthday parties more than 10 times. Pizzas, nuggets, french fries, a trampoline or a bouncy castle, all the guilty pleasures for kids, but no longer than for 2 hours, and lots of small talks among the parents, during which I thought, how caring and supportive these people are.
My name is Lena. I'm an English teacher. I've been teaching for many years, for about 20 years or something like that. I've been working with all age groups, and I love my job very much. I love my students, and when the classes begin, I forget about everything. Even if I had a headache, it goes away very quickly as soon as the class begins.
20 was significantly less practical, less beautiful. I decided to change everything about it. So when I was planting the grass, I was like, why does everyone make such a big fuss about road lawns? It's not a big deal, blah, blah, blah. Until I learned how much I needed to take care of it. And I was like, oh my God, I felt so stressed and lazy. And I realized it's because there's suddenly this bloody amount of dandelions around if you don't mow, if you don't fertilize, if you don't water, and if you don't air, and if you don't do it weekly, there'll be weeds everywhere.
It's not about what you have and not about some things or money or possessions that you have, but it's all about your inner feeling of self-fulfillment, that you have made everything that you are capable of, like at this point of your life. Well, it would be a torture if I had to opt for just one. I'd feel so empty and idle. For you, it might be different. You might find it a hard goal to juggle two careers. And so you may do as you like. But I do really enjoy both of them, you know?
Hello, I'm ready to film the first video. Surf in the ocean. Go skydiving. Send a message in a bottle. Carve name into a tree. Go scuba diving. Get a pedicure. Go on a girls only trip. Family photo session.
Because my British pronunciation in 2022 was significantly worse than in now in 2023, and I'm like, oh my God, it sounds unrealistic, but it is what it is. But I must say, many things that actually really did help me with my British accent. They are fabulous Ola and her team, all the participants in the atmosphere in the chat. And the journey was so quickly and so fantastic. And when it comes to the end, it's torture.
I have a degree in linguistics, but the thing is that my first language at university was French, so I didn't have any courses on English phonetics. And now when I'm almost 45, I decided it's time I got to grips with British pronunciation. Well, as they say, better late than never. I actually had a chat with my colleague the other day, and she was like, why do you make such a big fuss about British pronunciation? I mean, sure, it's a distinctive accent with a rich history and cultural significance, but you really need to go out of your way to sound like you just stepped out of Downton Abbey or The Crown. And I was like, no, absolutely not. It's because I love phonetics. There's a pleasure, isn't there, in learning about the sounds of the language and their funny little quirks. I'm not saying that the study of grammar vocabulary isn't important. It is. It's just because I like the nitty-gritty dirty detail of pronunciation.
I'm a lawyer. My specialization is civil law, and I also have postgraduate diplomas in legal translation and as an English teacher. As for my work experience, it has been mostly connected to my first education. I worked in the arbitration court as an assistant of a judge. This is my final video task at the Mastering British Accent course. 10 weeks, sleepless nights, and lots of fun. I think at first I was in panic. For you, it might be different, but for me, the whole course was a major challenge. Sometimes I was limited in my free time, so I was trying to use any opportunity to practice. Unfortunately, I couldn't participate in any chat activities, but I was really inspired by talented people there. And I'd like to say thank you to the whole team, to the author of the course, thank you Olga, and of course to my amazing mentor, thank you Olga for your feedback.
but I enjoy the process. And my agenda for this course is to learn and to enjoy this. What it is, like 8 weeks of work. I want it to be fun for both of us, and well, I hope it will be an interesting journey.
Are you sure? And she went, yes, absolutely. It's gonna be great. Well, I wouldn't particularly use the word great for describing the following days, but I'd rather not swear as well. So let's keep it unlabeled. When you spend 2 sleepless nights finalizing results, when you compile your slides on the backseat of the car, when you have no time for practice, and a part of these, so many things go random, it's just an incredible amount of anxiety, you know? But one thing that actually really did help me to get distracted from upcoming accumulation was thinking, given the new circumstances, I will probably die way before it's my time to present.